So what we have effectively done is said that we'd like to be able to change. So if I show you here, we're going into the nighttime, and you can change the time of day um, and take you through from dawn to dusk, which means that when you start to use the environment, when you start to sort of living within it, it behaves as if you're actually outside in nature. Hi, I'm Charles Pierce, and I'm going to talk about some of the content that we specifically created to showcase the imersU platform. When we started to create content or look for content to show within the space, we realized that there was nothing out there that had been created that would show across the three walls and give you a proper immersive experience. So you had 150,000 odd apps that out there with incredible kind of depth of choice, people like Les Mills and Peloton and Tax and Zwift and the like, but they were all showing on very traditional formats. So one of the first things we did was we started creating some content around ways that we could effectively show off what we were doing. So one of those is an environments app called imersU Environments. It's exclusive to imersU. It's only available on the imersU platform. So one of the content environments is we call the imersU Environments, which is really around bringing the outdoors indoors in parts of the world that have effectively been recreated digitally. And we have a selection of different destinations. We have Redwood Forest. We have the Redwood Forest, but in the winter. We have a flyover, mountain pass, snowy peaks, nature, and sea in Tropical Island, and we're building up a deeper selection. So, for example, we take, say, Mountain Pass. What will happen is the application will open up. It will show on the main wall, as you can see over here, and it shows across the three walls. So if you're standing inside the space, then your peripheral vision is taken up with the content, and you feel like you are in it, and you should be able to hear there's some sound of birds and wildlife moving through. But what we thought was important was, just like in nature, the days are never the same. The time of day when you're in nature is never the same, and the weather is never the same. So what we have effectively done is said that we'd like to be able to change. So if I show you here, we're going into the nighttime, and you can change the time of day and take you through from dawn to dusk, which means that when you start to use the environment, when you start to sort of living within it, it behaves as if you're actually outside in nature, as it would do. So the time changes with you as you're walking through it. And again, as we know, weather is never consistently the same. So we have options to effectively add some clouds. You can add rain, and you've got this beautiful sound of the rain. We even have thunder and lightning. And for those that like to be out in the winter, we have snow. And given the fact we're looking at this in London, and we have enough clouds, so we go back to a beautifully sunny day. So there's various route options. So we have, in this particular case, we have various route options, but also we have ways you can move through it. So for example, if we were to go for a walk, we'd be on a treadmill. We would get on the treadmill and actually just walk the pace. And something like this, you could walk for about 35-40 minutes. And there are various options you can do to go through that. So what I'll do is I'll just go out of this and then show you a couple of other environments that we have. Let's take flyover. So I've always loved the idea about soaring like a bird above nature. And again, you've got this lovely idea that if you look around, we choose dawn, then you've got the sun rising and the moon setting. And what's beautiful here is that if we haven't got time to stand and wait and watch it, but effectively we've got, again, imagine that the sun is climbing and you can see how the light changes on the trees. You get this wonderful sort of connection with nature, as if you're in it. But what we've described about immersion is it's not just around the visual, it's not just around the sound, but also it's connected to the scent. So within the option that you have, you can choose different scents. We have two scents in this particular case, one of which is a forest scent. And this comes into the space, and again, it just augments the whole experience, makes the connection with the experience much better. And what you find you do now is you stand in and you're actually you're breathing in the scent, you're taking in the content all around you. The weather is moving, the sun is going up, it's glittering through your eyes, so you really feel this sense of connection. And that's the thing for us, is the key bit for immersion is how connected to nature can you get? How can we make it as realistic as being in the place as possible? So this is a Mediterranean island. Uh, it, 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 the walk is about probably a 1 hour walk, and we've used this many times. This piece of content we've used this many times for yoga and Pilates and mat work, and we've done that to effectively set the time up. So when the lesson starts, you've got the sun moving through and kind of glittering through the trees, and by the time the lesson's finished, then you effectively have this sun setting on the horizon and the whole light changes, and it's magical. And again, this whole idea of what is the point of immersion? The point of immersion for us is this idea that you're connecting with nature in a way that you can only do when you've got the image around you, you've got the sound, you've got the scent, and you've got you've got the senses effectively working together to bring reality to the experience.